All right, thank you for joining us. We're going to go ahead and continue our studying on some of these books that were removed from your 66 books. One of the reasons that I feel like it's important that we study these books out is because in the beginning, when we had the first edition of the 1611 Bible, 1611 King James Bible, all of these books were included in that edition. 1611 years after the Messiah came, some kind of way these books were then removed from the Bible and then told that they're not important because they were not canonized. Well, these are important books because they confirm not only the last days, but they also confirm prophecy and they confirm what we already know in the 66 books. So as long as you follow along with me, some of these books you can get access to just by downloading to your own device. But the reality is, most of these books that we talk about are in the Sefer. Today, I'm going to get into some of the books that you can find just by Google searching. This is found in the Lost Books. This is the testament of one of the 12 sons, Simeon, and we're going to go ahead and get into that today. The copy of the words of Simeon, the things which he spoke to his sons before he died in the 120th year of his life, at which time Joseph, his brother, died. For when Simeon was sick, his sons came to visit him, and he strengthened himself, and he sat up, and he kissed them, and he said, Hearken, my children, to Simeon your father, and I will declare unto you what things I have in my heart. I was born of Jacob as my father's second son, and my mother Leah called me Simeon, because the Lord had heard her prayer. Moreover, I had become strong exceedingly. I shrank from no achievement, nor was I afraid of aught, for my heart was hard, and my liver was immovable, and my bowels without compassion. Because valor also had been given from the Most High to men in soul and body. For in the time of my youth I was jealous in many things of Joseph, because my father loved him beyond all. And I set my mind against him to destroy him, because the prince of deceit sent forth the spirit of jealousy and blinded my mind, so that I regarded him not as my brother, nor did I spare even Jacob my father. But his God and the God of his father sent forth his angel and delivered him out of my hands. For when I went to Shechem to bring ointment for the flocks, and Reuben to Dothan, where were our necessaries and all of our stores, Judah, my brother, sold him to the Ishmaelites. So Judah sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites. And when Reuben heard these things, he was grieved, for he wished to restore him to his father. But on hearing this, I was exceedingly wroth against Judah, in that he let him go away alive. And for 5 months I continued wrathful against him. So Simeon was upset with Judah because he did not kill Joseph. But the Lord restrained me and withheld from me the power of my hands, for my right hand was half withered for 7 days. And I knew, my children, that because of Joseph this had befallen me. And I repented and wept, and I besought the Lord God that my hand might be restored, and that I might hold aloof from all pollution and envy, from all folly. For I knew that I had devised an evil thing before the Lord and Jacob my father, on account of Joseph my brother, in that I envied him. And now, my children, hearken unto me, and beware of the spirit of deceit and envy. For envy ruleth over the mind of man, and suffers him neither to eat nor to drink, nor do any good thing. But it ever suggests to him to destroy him that he envies. And so long as he that is envied flourish, he that is envied fadeth away. 2 years therefore I afflicted my soul with fasting and fear of the Lord, that I learnt the deliverance from envy cometh by the fear of God. For if a man flee to the Lord, the evil spirit runs away from him, and his mind is lightened. And henceforth he sympathized with him whom he envied, and forgives those who are hostile to him, and so he ceased from his envy. And my father asked concerning me, because he saw that I was sad. And I said unto him, I am pained in my liver, for I mourned more than they all, because I was guilty of the selling of Joseph. And when we went down into Egypt, and he bound me a spy, I knew that I was suffering justly, and I grieved not. Now Joseph was a good man, and had the Spirit of God within him, being compassionate and pitiful. He bore no malice against me, but he loved me even as the rest of his brothers. Beware, therefore, my children, of all jealousy and envy, and walk in singleness of heart, that God may give upon you also grace and glory and blessing upon your heads, even as you saw in Joseph's case. All his days he reproached us not concerning this thing, but loved us as his own soul, and beyond his own sons glorified us and gave us riches and cattle and fruits. Do you also, my children, love each one his brother with a good heart, and the spirit of envy will withdraw from you. For this makes savage the soul and destroys the body. It causes anger and war in the mind and stirs up unto deeds of blood and leads the mind into frenzy and causes tumult to the soul and trembling to the body. For even in sleep malicious jealousy gnaweth, and with wicked spirits disturbs the soul and causes the body to be troubled and wakes not the mind from sleep and confusion. And as a wicked and poisonous spirit, so appears it to men. Therefore was Joseph comely in appearance and goodly to look upon, because no wickedness dwelt in him. For some of the trouble of the spirit, the face manifests. Wow. And now my children, make your hearts good before the Lord, and your ways straight before men, and you shall find grace before the Lord and men. Beware therefore of fornication, for fornication is the mother of all evils, separating from God and bringing us near to Belial. For I have seen it inscribed in the writing of Enoch, that your son shall be corrupted in fornication. So he already seen the foretelling from Enoch, the prophecy, and shall do harm to the sons of Levi with the sword. He knew his sons, Simeon. This is the father of the tribe of Simeon, foretelling what's going to happen with the tribe of Simeon. But they shall not be able to withstand Levi, for he shall wage the war of the Lord and shall conquer all your hosts. And they shall be few in number, divided in Levi and Judah, and there shall be none of you for sovereignty, even as also our father prophesied in his blessing. So this tells you the elimination of the tribe of Simeon. Behold, I have told you all things that I may be acquitted of your sin. Now, if you remove from you your envy and all stiff-neckedness, is a rose shall my bones flourish in Israel, and a lily my flesh in Jacob, and my odor shall be as an odor of the Libanus, and as cedars shall holy ones be multiplied from me forever, and their branches shall stretch afar off. Then shall perish the seed of Canaan, and a remnant shall not be unto Amalek, and all the Cappadocians shall perish, and all the Hittites shall be utterly destroyed. Then shall fall the land of Ham, and all the people shall perish. That's the land of Ham. That's the Africans. Then shall all the earth rest from trouble, and all the world under heaven from war. Then the mighty one of Israel shall glorify Shem. For the Lord God shall appear on earth, and himself shall save men. Then shall all the spirits of deceit be given to be trodden under foot, and men shall rule over wicked spirits. Then shall I arise in joy and will bless the Most High because of his marvelous works, because God had taken a body and eaten with men and saved men. And now, my children, in Judah, and obey Levi and Judah, and be not lifted up against these two tribes, for from them shall arise unto you the salvation of God. For the Lord shall raise up from Levi as it were a high priest, and from Judah as it were a king, God and man. He shall save all the Gentiles and the race of Israel. Therefore I give you these commands, that you can also may command your children, that they observe them throughout their generations. And when Simeon had made an end of the commanding his sons, he slept with his fathers 120 years old. They laid him in a wooden coffin to take up his bones to Hebron, and they took them up secretly during a war of the Egyptians. For the bones of Joseph, the Egyptians guarded in the tombs of the kings. For the sorcerers told them that on the departure of the bones of Joseph, there should be throughout all the land darkness and gloom, and an exceeding great plague to the Egyptians, so that even with the lamp, a man should not recognize his brother. And the sons of Simeon bewailed their father, and they were in Egypt until the day of their departure by the hand of Moses. That concludes our chapter on the Testament of Simeon. Please like this video, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can visit us online at www.kns-ministries.org if you'd like to give us a tax-deductible gift. I am yours truly, Minister M.L. Kimble. Please, please, please be blessed on purpose.